Love, so hold on a second. We're almost ready. Oh, yeah, they're getting the lights down there now. One lady came by, and I don't know her name. She asked for a song, and actually had more time this second go around than what I thought I had, and I told her I probably wouldn't be able to do it because I promised to play some piano. There you are. And she wanted to hear Don't Sit in My Pew, and so I'm going to do it. What's your first name? Leona. I'm going to do this for Leona and everyone else who are also Leona's friends. Say hi, Leona.
Hi, Leona.
Leona, stand up. Turn around and wave and say, how are y'all doing?
How are y'all doing?
That's fun to hear somebody from Pennsylvania say, how are y'all doing? She's going to get me later. Here we go. All right, hold on just a second. A crazy song that I wrote called Don't Sit in My Pew. Oh, man. Y'all still believe that Christians should have a good time? Man, y'all have been awesome tonight. Well, I went camping just a while back with a couple of high school friends. And on Sunday morning I wanted to find a church to worship in. So I packed my truck and I headed out. I saw it in a cloud of dust. It was the Ebenezer Fellowship, non-denominational Baptist Free Will Church. When I walked in, it was time to start, and that little church was packed. There was only one seat on the very front row, even though I really wanted the back. So I walked right down and I took a seat. Then a hush fell over the place as a sweet little gray-haired woman walked up and said, "Boy, I've got something to say. Folks around here call me Granny. I'm as sweet as I can be. Well, I volunteered for everything that could make it without me. I teach Sunday school, I sew and bake. Well, I'm even in charge of the Christmas play. There's only one thing I ask in return, and it's a lesson you should learn. Don't sit in my pew. You know, it belongs to me. I've been sitting right here at least 40 years, and that's the way it's gonna be. I can tell that you are new around here, so you better get one thing clear. If you know what's good for you, don't sit in my pew. Well, I walked to the back of the church. I was feeling just about as tall as a flea when one of those deacons walked up and handed me a brown, ice-cold, metal folding chair. So I sat out there in the aisle and I listened to the choir as they sang, "I shall not be moved." And then the preacher looked at me and said, "We want our special guest to stay when the service is over with for some of Granny's red velvet cake." And that's what I did, but just about the time they said the blessing, I looked down and noticed that I didn't have a fork. Well, I figured I'd made enough commotion for one day, so I thought I'll just ease in there in the kitchen, find the utensil drawer, and help myself, and that's what I did. Just about the time I located that drawer, somebody walked up, spun me around. Guess who it was? "Stay out of my kitchen, boy." Well, you know that it belongs to me. I've been cooking in here at least 40 years, and that's the way it's gonna be. So if you need a fork or if you need a spoon, the next time stay in the other room. Boy, you better pay attention. Stay out of my kitchen. And then she reached right up and kissed me right there on the cheek. Said, "Granny, hope you come back next week. But if you do, don't get my parking space. Don't sing so loud. Wear a coat and tie. Come early enough for Sunday school. Stay out of my kitchen. But most of all, I can tell that you are new around here, so you better get one thing clear. I'm gonna need your help now. If you know what's good for you, say it with me. But just remember, Granny loves you. Give yourselves a hand. Y'all did a great job. Now, I promised to play a little piano, so that is what I'm going to do, because we have to be people of our word, and my grandpa said no matter where you go, your name's already beat you there. So let me come around here to the piano. I don't see well, I'll just make this work, or maybe I'll use that over here. Hold on just a second. I'll see if this will work. Some people walk graceful. I look like a gazelle on steroids. I've never said that before, but according to the response, I may use that again. See if that will stay in there. All right. Now, real quickly, I never had piano lessons. No big deal. Some people had lessons, some people haven't had. But I've had friends that haven't had lessons like me, and they'll kind of privately, when nobody's around, they'll kind of go, well, you know, we never had lessons. A lot of people have to study and pay a lot and everything. I said, no. I'll tell them no, but listen, here's the deal. We all listen to people because when we hear other people play, we've all influenced each other. And that is what, when the Bible talks about to encourage one another. And we all influence one another in different ways. So I got to thinking when my wife wanted me to cut a piano CD, I told her, I said, I don't know how to play piano anymore. And then I remembered Happy Wife, Happy Life. So I decided to cut a piano CD. And I decided then, I got to thinking about, well, who all influenced me? I didn't really have the lessons, but I listened to a lot of people. And one of the first guys I heard was Hovey Lister, and he played, he made that piano bounce when he played. Hovey played, he had rhythm, and then I heard a guy play on black and white TV. My wife and I still have a black and white TV. In fact, to be quite honest, we're one light bulb away from being Amish. But this guy, when I heard him play, I realized that he played with feeling. And it was amazing. He played with sunglasses on. Y'all come on and give it up for Brother Ray Charles one time. When Brother Ray played, he just slapped the piano and it sounded good. Talking to him, I noticed that everything he played was different. And he'd just be telling him, well, you know, I wrote this song the other night. And I was listening to him play more than I was listening to him talk. I thought, man, he's not even thinking about it. He'd say, you know, I was over there the other night. He's not even thinking about it. Maybe I could be a piano player, because I don't think. You see, Ray found out what was inside of him. Then I heard a guy play, and his name was Jerry Lee. Jerry heard that music in the church. Now, he was famous for wiping those keys. And most people that were not musicians, they thought it was impressive that he was just doing that. But the piano players, we were all listening to that left hand. He kept that left hand going. Kept that left hand going, and I loved it. Then I heard a guy play, and I was pretty young. And some of my musicians, like some of my cousins, said, oh, his music is simple. I said, what do you mean? They said, well, it's just kind of simple music. Well, the older I get, I realize that if in 2 or 3 measures, sometimes 2 or 3 notes, you know that it's Floyd Kramer. The older I get, I realize that's not simple. That's genius. And when Mr. Floyd played Amazing Grace, you knew that he knew about that Amazing Grace. There was only one. that doesn't do anything to you, you've never had cornbread before. When I hear Floyd Kramer, I don't know why, it makes me want to go to the truck stop. Get a big bag of pork skin. Because it's real. Give it up for Floyd. Go ahead. Now, then I heard some of, I don't know why, I feel like I'm just hollering for some reason. And then I heard some of the 50s. Yeah! Some of y'all are trying not to smile, but some of you men had ducktails when you were younger. Some of you women had bobby skirts. I know you did. You had little pennies in those penny loafers. I know you did, yeah. And then the 40s came along. They had melodies in the 40s. It was beautiful music. I found some records at a garage sale. I was probably 15 or 16. My friends at that age were listening to the Doobie Brothers, ZZ Top, Three Dog Night. They would come over to my house and say, Tim, who are you listening to? I'd say Glenn Miller, Benny Goodman, Swing and Sway with Sammy Kaye. They quit coming over to my house. That's not cool when you're 16. But man, they had beautiful music back then. They had ways of taking half steps. Now, this is not a piano lesson, but whether you're a musician or not, you can tell me this doesn't sound good, does it? Does that sound good? Half step, listen. Does that sound good to you? It doesn't to me. Doesn't sound good. But the 40s, they knew music, whether they were writing gospel or secular music, they knew music so well. Glenn Miller. Count Basie. They knew music so well, they took those half steps and knew how to put it in a chord and make it sound pretty. See if you can listen to some of those half steps. There's some 40 music, but what gave it that sound was this. And then I got to listening to classical music. Oh, classical is serious. I wasn't raised in classical, but it's so serious. I can't even pronounce the names of the artists back then. Bach, Rachmaninoff. You have to have a head cold to even say their names. Mozart. Chopin. Oh, their names are serious. There was no one writing music. There was no German artist in the 1800s by the name of Bubba. There wasn't. There was never, okay, we're going to do an orchestral piece now by Junior. It never happened. Chopin. And their coats, classical musicians, their coats never fit. What's that all about? gospel piano players, gospel quartet piano players. I'm telling you, they do what we call hunker down and smile at the audience. Here's a gospel piano player is happy. He's hunkered down and smiled at the audience. He may even hit a few wrong notes, but he's happy. Not classical. They don't look at the audience. They don't hunker down. For some reason, I've watched them, they stare at the ceiling. They stare at the ceiling and look like they've had really strong cough syrup. Look like they need a 12-step program. They practice 30 hours a day. They finally make it to Carnegie Hall. They fall asleep in the middle of their own concert. If they smell something they don't like, they let the whole world know it. I don't know what that's all about either. My time is just about up. Yep. And, but you know, God placed special gifts within everyone. Paul told Timothy, stir up those gifts. I love to read about a senior, 75, 80, and they start painting and maybe find out they have a gift for oil painting or whatever it is. Right. And you see some of those artists I named, they had a choice to use their talents for the world or for the glory of God. It's a choice. But the gift comes from God. And we're to develop that gift, stir it up, and use it for the glory of God. And every one of us. And some of y'all, I've heard people say, well, I don't think I have a gift. Do you think God would leave you out? No, there's no way. No 2 thumbprints alike, no 2 fingerprints. So I just want to encourage you, whatever it is, stir it up. If we were all the same, well, if everyone was like me, there'd be a lot of straitjackets being sold at Walmart. I want to encourage you to make sure that we all stir up the gifts that are within us and use them for the glory of the kingdom of God. I want to play one more song, and my time will be up. One more quick song of a song that was just a plain old song until I actually met the Savior, Jesus Christ. And this is a song now that a lot of songs changed that I really love. I want to do this for y'all. Y'all have been so sweet tonight. Thank y'all for putting up with me. It is well, let me hear you. With my soul. It is well. It is well. My soul. And Lord, if you loved us enough to not only send your Son, but you placed within all of my brothers and sisters special gifts from on high. Help us, Lord, to dig deep, find those, hone our talents, whatever it may be, and use them to bring honor and glory to your beautiful name. It is well, it is well. Give the Lord a hand clap. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. They have something special now they're going to come out here to do, and thanks for all the hard work here. Here we go. Who'd I turn this over to now?
Oh, that's going to be me, Tim.
Okay, great.
Tim Lovelace, ladies and gentlemen. I guess if that's tails, you can do a curtsy in it. Each year, the Baptones have scheduled this event as close to Veterans Day as we can, because we want to pay a special tribute to those of you in the audience who have in some way contributed towards the military service. What we're going to do at this time is have Machinist Mate First Class U.S. Navy retired Frank Baker present the colors. Thank you. You may be seated. Now this year, instead of asking you to come forward as we have in the past, we would ask you, as I name your branch of the service, to simply rise where you are and then sit down ready for the next group of folks. We would first ask anybody that's part of the Air Force, was part of the Air Force, to please rise. Army. Thank you. Coast Guard. Marines. Thank you. The Navy. We would ask you to remain standing. And I'm sorry, we ask you the Blue Star Moms. We're going to recognize Blue Star Moms. Any in the audience? Now I would ask for any Gold Star Moms that are here. All right, thank you. We would ask now that everybody who just stood would please rise. Gold City is going to bless us with a song, a tribute to you. Please rise if you have served in any branch, or if you are a Blue Star Mom.
There's a man that lives beside me who fought in World War II. proudly waves, oh glory, from high upon his roof. He starts out every morning like it's Independence Day. I see him at attention, salute the flag and say, I love this land. From sea to shining sea, I love this land. Home of the brave and free. I love the liberty, the justice, and the truth on which we stand. One nation under God. I love this land. All across the country, big cities, little towns, while mama's getting ready, dad pulls the car around, and they join the congregation as they sing Amazing Grace. They're free to worship Jesus, and they are free to pray. I love this land, from sea to shining sea. I love this land, home of the brave and free. I love the liberty, the justice, and the truth on which we stand. One nation under God. I love this land. God bless America. For which it stands, one nation,